We tried to reach out to the man who died in this pursuit. They were unavailable for comment. Micah, back.
Hey, welcome everybody.
Hello.
Hello. Hopefully, we don't have very many technical difficulties. We've had enough already today. The commander's already put up enough crap. So hopefully we can get a good show. Listen, we got a fun show. Just have a conversation. My buddy and I here. We're going to talk. We got a rest in peace. We want to talk about. We got missing persons. We got the news. We got some news, and we got a mystery. And it's a kind of fun mystery to some people. Some people probably won't think it's a fun mystery, but it's my show. So,
well, hey, whatever you want.
But, we're here to make the masses happy, and that's what we're damn going to do. So without any further ado, I want to say welcome to my buddy here. Thank you very much for joining in. I'm glad you're all here today with us.
Yeah.
Commander, have you had an okay weekend? Have you had an okay weekend?
Oh, I've had an okay weekend. I didn't do anything on Monday. Of course, it rained, so we couldn't put the flags out for Labor Day. So the next time they go out will be for Patriots Day on the 11th of September, a day which we need to completely remember and keep throwing the towers up there for people to see. So yeah, maybe we can get them out. So Monday was just a laid back day. Turned the phone off, throwed it off to the side. That was it. Sunday afternoon, I went over to my daughter and son-in-law's, and we got our fantasy football team put together. And the first game is this Friday. Yeah. We got a 6-team league. So starting out small. So we've got our teams all picked, and we did that Sunday afternoon, starting at 1 o'clock, and we went through the roster. And oh yeah, it's going to be. I've never played fantasy football, so I'm learning something new. And yes, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Okay.
Well, I've
kind of sort of somewhat.
I played it, and it's fun to get into it.
Yeah.
As long as everything works out. Of course, there's pros and cons to every damn thing, but yeah. Well, good. I did not play fantasy football this year. Instead, I'm gonna, as soon as Missouri is eligible to place bets online, I'm gonna go on.
There you go.
Now we can't do it to December 1st, so half the football season's gone. Time I make a bet, but I'm gonna make the proper bets. Okay, I plan on paying off my house.
Yeah, gonna do it right.
Listen, I can plan all I want to, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I've been excellent over the years of picking teams and stuff. I already wrote down teams are going to the playoffs in the Super Bowl right now before the season even started.
There you go.
I've been good about doing that, picking things, and there's people. God rest his soul, Typhoon Panda, old buddy of mine. He used to take my information, and he'd supplement his income. The asshole. It wouldn't give me my vig. Okay.
Say, hey, where's my commission off this, buddy?
No kidding.
Come on.
Yeah,
give it up. Give it up.
Yeah, that's right. Big shout out to Dean Cerny.
Yep.
No surprise. First guy here tonight. Thank you, brother, for tuning in. As usual, Reality Becomes. Quick, one of my favorite. Hey, by the way, Reality Becomes. I'm going to give you some breaking news right now.
Okay.
We had an agreement that they would loan some music to the movie Roy and I are getting ready to shoot, and I would do a comedy show for them. Okay. Well, the rules changed. I got word from Roy Anthony today that they're going to try to kick Reality Becomes a check for some of the music. They accepted 2 songs. He didn't tell me which songs they accepted, but Roy's going to kick you guys. Supposed to be kicking you guys a check. So there you go, brothers. You guys didn't expect it, but there you go. Roy's want to take care of that. So we appreciate you guys loaning some music to the movie. Dean says, I got both my kids working on semis now. Okay, whole damn house stinks like diesel one day.
Yeah.
Get home. Hey, what's that? OxyClean. And what's that stuff you put on paint? Cleans paint up. Oh, Goof Off. Yeah. That stuff works amazing.
Oh boy, ain't that some good stuff?
It is some good stuff. Yeah. Hey, not a problem, guys. You know how I think about you guys. You guys are swell people, and I hope to hell we can do something here pretty quick. I'll make some phone calls, maybe getting you guys in on a veterans comedy deal on Veterans Weekend, something kind of like a tiny, small Warrior Fest, maybe a couple bands and some comics. And yeah, we'll try to see what we can do on that deal. But stay tuned on that, guys. It's coming. All right, guys, let's get into some of the things. First of all, rest in peace. One of my favorite Native American actors. Don't tell me he did it again. Did it again. Christ, in a cartoon. Here we go. One of my favorite actors, Graham Greene. You all know him from Dancing with Wolves, Thunderheart, some of his old work. He passed away the other day on the 1st. Had he battled a lifelong, or not life, but a long time illness. I'm assuming, and again, you should never assume nothing. I'm assuming it was some type of cancer. Okay, but great actor. Those of you remember him from Dancing with Wolves and the Thunderheart stuff like that. Brilliant guy. Rest in peace to him. That's going to be said out. We have him on a video during our news and memes section. He was a veteran of the military, U.S. military, and he was a suicide survivor.
Yep. And
so he's going to talk about where he was and a piece of his mind, little. And it's a 7-minute video I'm going to play later on for y'all. Dean says it's not their clothes, it's their damn bodies. They come home every day looking like coal miners. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Pimping ain't easy, brother. Pimping ain't easy. It's hard work. Hey, man, it's hard work. But, hey, I understand they get paid well, too. So, make that money, brother. All right, let's get into our missing persons. I don't remember if we've had her on her before. Commander didn't remember. But if we didn't, if we did, so what? We're going to do it again.
That's right.
So you guys are looking here at her name is Abby Lynn Patterson. September 5th, 2017, Lumberton, North Carolina. I don't know if that's on the east or west coast. You guys can look it up for me. Let me know. Whatever. Here's some photos of Abby before she was missing. All right. Her date of birth, February 15th, 1997. She's 10 years younger than my daughter. Well, not quite 10, because hair brown, eyes brown, height 5'7", 140 pounds, female, white. Scars and marks. Patterson has a tattoo of a bird on her shoulder and birthmark on the back of her right thigh. Patterson was last seen wearing brown shorts and a white shirt. Brown shorts, white shirt. Details. The Charlotte Division of the FBI and Lumberton Police Department in North Carolina are seeking assistance from the public to locate Abby Lynn Patterson. Miss Patterson was last seen on Tuesday, September 5th, 2017, at around 11:30 a.m. She left her home on East 9th Street in Lumberton, North Carolina, and was seen getting into a brown Buick. Patterson has not been seen since and has not had any contact with her family and friends. Anyone with information regarding the whereabouts of Abby Lynn Patterson is asked to call the FBI Charlotte Field Office at 704-672-6100 or the Lumberton Police Department at 910-671-3845. You also contact your local FBI office, nearest American Embassy or Consulate, field office in Charlotte, and of course, as usual, you can submit an anonymous tip online. Here we go. One more time. Take a look at her. 2017. That's creeping on to a long time now. That's 8 years.
Yep, 8 years. Yep, 20 when she was abducted or close to it.
20 years old.
Yeah.
What a shame. Too bad. These things they're never.
No,
they're never good.
They're all heart-wrenching.
They are. I don't care who you are. And a lot of people are like, color don't make no difference to us on here. If you're missing, you're missing. And I need you back. And
that's right. There's family that are missing them, and they want them back. They want them home.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. My wife's here. You got to behave yourself now. Okay. All right, guys. We get into more somber note. Some news and things. We had another production phone call with Roy. He's got the budget all set for the movie, and he's getting a hold of the studio. I guess you got to rent these damn things. I thought when Lionsgate took something on, or Pentex taking on, probably they provide the studio. I guess they don't. They got to rent it. So anyway, Roy's made calls about that. So the movie is still ongoing. I know you're tired of hearing about it. I'm tired of hearing about it. I want to get after it, but these things take time. So there you go.
There you are.
Remember, you still got time to do this. Don't let the fact it's September fool you. You can get out there. They still bite. Hell, they bite year round if you're good enough.
Oh yeah. Go out there and chop a hole in the ice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Coming on Saturday, September 13th, Jigs and Gigs Tavern. Right there's their logo. Bang! Look here, your boys are back in town. Comedy Vets is going to be there performing. James Rod, our MC, and in no particular order, we got Roy Anthony. We got Richie King down here, that chubby-looking dude with a beard who's no longer long like that anymore, and of course the Godfather himself, Richard Montano.
Mm-hmm.
All the comedy. It's going to be a great night, guys. That's our A team right there. Come on out there. It's an adult show. It's free. It's free. We're getting paid from the venue, okay? But you come put your butt in the seat, man. They got a menu. They got cold drinks. They got alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks for y'all. So whatever you want to do, it is an adult show though. So be ready. This coming Saturday, local event, 6th annual Cameron Out of the Darkness Walk. We had Tristan on last week talking about it. It's Saturday, September the 6th at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Yours truly is going to be there. Dave Goodwin, the Memorial Field. That's the football field out there. Live music vendors, food trucks, and much more. For more information or to volunteer, contact Kristen Youngs, and they authorize me to use a phone number Facebook, so don't block us here. Kristen is 816-284-0807, or Tristan Eldridge. We had him on last week, 816-724-4416. It's the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. It leads the fight against suicide. We save lives and bring hope to those affected by suicide. Why not? Why not be involved in something like this if you're
right.
22 a day? Man, that's just excellent. That's and so I'm going to be there and do proud work there. And I hope you all come out there and talk. Oh, BJ's here, and I don't know what kind of mood she is. She didn't need no comment. I see you peeking. That's what she's doing. Peeking. Yeah.
Peeking.
Travis, brother, thank you very much. Hot Wings contest this Saturday. It dropped to $25 per entry. A David Eads fundraiser at the Hamilton Bowling Alley. Yes.
Okay.
I have a grave decision to make. Do I want to attend both these events? I know I'm going to Walk of Life. I might go to this. I hate to say it, but God never made any hot food that I cannot consume. Okay. So I've been all over YouTube. Eating the world's hottest gummy bear. I've eaten the Carolina Reaper chips. Might go do this. Might not. Don't know. But it's a fun event. Go up and watch some guys make complete total fools of themselves. And ladies. There's a lot of lazy hot food.
Oh, yeah.
And make complete fools of themselves and laugh about it. Hey, my cousin Sierra, thanks for joining us, cuz. Appreciate it. What day are you guys going to be at Jigs and Gigs? I didn't catch it. Well, let me go right back here then and give you some information. Shablink, there we go. September 13th. Cousin Sierra, and the show starts at 8 p.m. Free show. Come on in there. Just got to drive your butt to Hamilton. And come on in there. It's going to be good. Got a couple new things, new jokes I'm going to talk about while I'm in there too. One of my brand new jokes called Ode to Roach. Okay.
Ode to Roach.
Ode to Roach. Yeah. I'm your Huckleberry. I debuted that on here. I ran that one there. I got a few of them. I might talk about rich people having too much damn money, doing stupid things. That might be interesting.
Yeah.
It might be interesting.
More money than brains usually causes.
Well, yeah, you wonder how the rich people got any money if they're that damn dumb.
Yeah.
So, to quote a great philosopher, stupid is, stupid does. Does, yeah. All right, let's get into some of our goofy ass memes now. We're not responsible for some of these memes. Well, we kind of are, but
sort of.
If you ain't got a sense of humor, it's not my problem. All right, here we go.
Make a joke, then what the heck?
Yeah, you're on the wrong channel.
Yeah, that's right.
I give this rings to all my hoes. If you're offended by that, I got some news for you. Grab a book or something. There's nothing offensive about this. And it's true story.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
non-pressure fitting hoses have one of these
Yeah,
probably.
try and drive your car without a ring on it.
Listen here, I found on YouTube this next one. I'm sure animals have dork animals, like there's dork humans, goofy looking humans.
Yeah.
Commander, I apologize ahead of time. Now you see why a deer's eyes are on the side. Imagine pulling up at night and shining your headlights on and seeing this. I don't know if you humanely shoot him or take a picture of him and what.
I don't know. I think E.T. Got in there somewhere.
That messed up. I'd be afraid to eat him.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Whoa. That's AI for you right there. AI right there. One of the greatest toys ever invented, they're trying to ban. They're banning these in a lot of states. Says, when this bad boy built up speed, you either held on tight for dear life or were flung off at a high velocity, resulting in scrapes, bruises. Those were the days. Scrapes and bruised my ass. There was some broken bones and some concussions.
Missing teeth.
Missing teeth, some concussions. Okay. My brother, he sat right in the center of this one time. He said, I'll only get off. You can make me puke. Me and a buddy of mine were the biggest two there. We spun that son of a bitch and he puked all over everywhere, shit his pants, pissed himself. He stumbled off where he turned green. He was crawling. Tell him, Mom. Hey, you ask. He was told the safest place for that was in the center. Now, he didn't get scratched up. Nothing broke. But he lost all his bodily fluids. So, I mean, he shit his pants, he puked, and he pissed himself. Okay. Now, little boy, but still, but we had that thing. I don't know how fast you can tell they're going, but that thing was humming.
That thing got you, like I said before we went on the air, that toy got you ready for boot camp.
It absolutely did. You hit that. If you survive that, you are a good veteran.
You can make it. You can make it through boot camp.
Man, every year we had a family reunion in a town called Bethany, Missouri. And I was always one of the bigger cousins, so I'd spend that around there and we'd get that damn thing going. People fly off. Our aunts and uncles be pissed at us. We didn't give a shit. We go back up here lately and they took it out. They said because it's dangerous.
Dangerous.
That right there is why society's going to shit, because they're taking the merry-go-round out.
Out.
That's it. Tell me I'm wrong. When you start taking that out, the slide with the metal slide, the stainless steel slides, that's why America's are punks today, because they're taking away all to get you. Jarts, gotta bring back jarts.
Oh yeah, yard jarts. Yeah, we used to throw them up and see how close we could get to them without getting hit.
Yeah, I used to throw I used to pretend I was Joe Montana. I was trying to throw for touchdowns. People catch him. If you miss in your ear hole, learn how to catch. That's all I tell you. What's up, Carl? Glad you joined us, brother. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
BJ says that deer was probably born at Chernobyl.
Probably. Tighten it up if she's getting kinky.
Oh, Lord.
The deer. Chernobyl. If that deer would have talked, damn.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to be shot yet. What the hell? Let's get on to some of our videos here. There's a guy going around taking old doors, right? Put them against the wall and see how many people line up on them. Bathroom doors, men and women.
Yeah.
I didn't believe it until I seen it from my own eyes. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Be running with that door.
That's one brave dude. That's one brave dude, man. That's genius. That guy ought to be elected to some sort of office. That's genius. All right. Sometimes people just don't really pay attention to what's going on around them, or they celebrate too much when they shouldn't be. That rope broke. Oh! Next president right there.
You got a good hold of her?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, the fact that we're laughing. The fact that we're laughing ain't even right.
I know.
It is.
I know.
Idiot family, yes. Yes, oh, idiot family.
Yeah.
Don't do the bathtub door trick to me. I'll pee my pants. Some of the women probably did. Ouch, that poor he should have been more paying attention to what he was doing. Sorry, guy with the garage. Yes, sir. Okay.
Oh,
There's a proper way to do things and a proper way not to do things.
always.
Right, right. And one of the most dangerous things to do is cut trees down.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
very dangerous, and it's unpredictable sometimes. You're going to see the wrong way and the proper way.
There we go.
Oh, God!
All right. Here we go. That's right. Hey, move. Watch this one. This is weird looking. They wasn't much. They wasn't holding out. That one tree wasn't held on by much. If you see that
No,
spider
not
tree.
much at all.
No, that was wild. Okay.
Remember, children, don't try this at home. Leave this to the professionals.
Good rule of thumb. If he
Yeah.
shows up with a ladder, tell him to leave.
Yeah.
A ladder has some good things, but if you start putting that into a tree
Tree.
and you got chains on the other hand, I'm leaving.
I'm out of here.
I don't want to fill out no witness statements. I don't want to sign no police reports. I never existed. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You know, don't mention my name.
I'm going
Okay.
to call 911 as I'm leaving. Because you're going to need it.
Yeah, immediately. As soon as I hit the car, I'm calling because you're going to need it pretty quick. Oh, my goodness. Now, this next bit. Some people are healthier than other people, and it's because of the condiments they eat. I'm not going to give away any more than that. Well, let's let Paul Harvey tell you about this mysterious medicine that used to keep people healthy.
The rest of the story. It was a patent medicine available to the public in the early 1830s, Dr. Miles' compound. What was this medicine supposed to have cured? Well, according to Dr. Miles, just about everything. Now, wait a minute. Only a year or two before, maybe 3, there was a substance many physicians considered poisonous. And this was the same substance, essentially, that Dr. Miles was using in his compound. Yesterday's poison, tomorrow's panacea. History recalls virtually nothing about Dr. Miles personally. He may or may not have been an accredited medical doctor. He would not have to have been, of course, to get his name on a bottle. So what in the world was this stuff he was peddling? Life or death or something in between? Well, as it turned out, Dr. Miles was a medical pioneer. He had taken something which not long before had been considered poisonous. He had put that something in a bottle. He had sold it as a medicine, and what do you know, the medical community agreed that Dr. Miles' compound was indeed good for you. There was a Dr. Bennett, for example, professor of midwifery, hygiene, and acclimatement at Lake Earl Medical College. This Dr. Bennett was most enthusiastic about Dr. Miles' potion. It was among the most powerful deobstruents available, Bennett said. For certain liver disorders, it was perhaps the most effective and the least harmful agent known. It would prevent bilious attacks. It was a remedy for dyspepsia. It would counteract diarrhea. And here was the boldest of Dr. Bennett's claims. It made people less susceptible to cholera. By the mid-1830s, these medical indications were widely accepted among physicians, and the mysterious Dr. Miles, a man we shall never know, was one of the first to recognize the beneficial effects of this substance, this something once labeled deadly. Dr. Miles' compound went on the market in the early 1830s. 60 years would pass before anybody would suspect the existence of those chemical phenomena that we now call vitamins. In fact, the term vitamin had not been conceived until 1911, so unwittingly Dr. Miles was way ahead of his time. We now know that just 1 tablespoon of his compound, only 17 grams, included 238 international units of vitamin A and substantial amounts of thiamine and riboflavin and niacin. And those, of course, are vitamins B1, B2, and B3, and vitamin C, and iron, and almost 4 milligrams of calcium, and 4 milligrams of magnesium, almost 9 milligrams of phosphorus, and 62 milligrams of potassium, and 300 milligrams of protein, all in 1 tablespoon. Dr. Miles' compound, whatever diseases it did or did not cure, wow, it was a multiple vitamin mineral complex almost a century before anybody had ever dreamed of such a thing. And it was not poison. And it was indeed good for you. And you know, a bottle costs about the same now as it did then. No, the label no longer reads Dr. Miles' compound, extract of tomato. Today we call it ketchup. And now you know the rest of the story.
I'm telling you, I miss that dude. He was informational.
Oh, I know.
Oh man, he was something. He was spectacular. That was the father and son. The dad did it, and then the son took up, for a while.
Yeah, the son took up when Paul Harvey passed away.
I wish there was a Paul Harvey 4 or 5. Because that was cool.
I know.
Yeah. Sad time, guys. We announced at the beginning of the show, rest in peace, Graham Greene, a Native American actor. Seen movies like Dancing with Wolves. He was one of the main characters in that. He won a award for best co-actor, I think it was. He was in Thunderheart with Val Kilmer. Ironically, both died this year now. That's wild. Both of them died this year with Thunderheart. Graham Greene. And what a lot of people don't know about him, he was a veteran. And he attempted suicide. And I'm glad it didn't work. But we're gonna play. It's about 7 minutes. If you don't want to listen, come back and enjoy the show after that. But listen to Graham Greene here. It happened to him in Vietnam. And he lived in Canada. I didn't know he was part of the U.S. military, so I vetted this. I looked this up, and this is absolutely true. He was a military veteran of the United States. I think he was a Marine. I'm not sure. I think he was a Marine. Anyway, here we go. You just listen to him. He's got some information here. Might tear you up a little bit, but this is him a couple years ago.
Maybe it's my warrior spirit. I'm part Native American Apache and feisty Scots-Irish. My dad was in the Army, 2 uncles were Marines, and I was brought up to believe a man proves he's mettle by being tested in combat. So I joined the Marines. It was soon good morning Vietnam. And I learned quickly that war wasn't about being a man, it was about staying alive. And after I made squad leader, it was all about keeping my guys alive. I'd been in country about 6 months when we were choppered into Khe Sanh. It was January 21, the first day of the attack. and it didn't stop for 11 weeks. On April 16th, we were assigned mop-up work on one of the hills when I saw a squad of NVA snipers above us, and we suddenly heard shots. My guys trusted me to take care of them, to keep them alive. But sometimes I couldn't do it. There was one guy, Bob Ciccio, 19 years old. We were just, really tight. Bob was in a bomb crater shooting when somebody yelled, "Ciccio's hit!" I saw Bob come running down to me, falling to his knees, staring at me, saying, "You could fix this." I ripped open his flak jacket to apply a tourniquet, but his blood squirted right up into my face. I couldn't fix it. I looked him straight in the eyes. I needed him to think he was going to be okay and not feel the fear of death. He was gone in less than a minute. We took the hill, but 45 of our guys were killed and more than 100 wounded. We left that hill with parts of dead people scattered everywhere, theirs and ours. War is not a John Wayne movie. It is grisly and unforgiving. It is real. After that, I didn't want to feel close to anybody. When I got home to Columbus, Ohio, I tried to live a normal life, successful career, wife, kid. But in my mind, I was still in that war zone. I didn't feel alive unless I had that adrenaline rush of the danger, the risk. I joined the police department as a narcotics undercover cop. I was fearless. Maybe I really wanted to get killed, to be back with my buddies. 30 years I lived with that. Nothing wrong with me. Then I went to the VA for bypass heart surgery, and they sent me to see a psychiatrist. It didn't take long before I was diagnosed with PTS, post-traumatic stress. I leave out the D because post-traumatic stress is not a disorder or a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you're a human being with a normal response to the traumas of war. There are 2 days in our lives: the day we are born and the day we realize why we were born. Our mission in life. For me, that day was in a VA anger management class. A chaplain was leading a group session, and I was complaining to him, "This talking, is that all we can do to change?" The chaplain said, "If you've got a better idea, do it." Well, for years I thought about Bob Ciccio and all those guys who died in my company. They might have done something better than me. I had to try to live up to their promise and make a difference. Maybe in order to cure myself, I could reach out to help those who'd gone through what I've gone through. So in 2001, I co-founded a group for combat veterans. First, it was for the Vietnam vets, but then it was also for Afghanistan and Iraq vets. A lot of them had been self-medicating, drugs, alcohol, freezing themselves off from their families, some even serving jail time. They'd given up the dignity and honor they deserved. Well, what do we do to help? Sure, we advocate for their VA disability, help them get jobs, stay out of trouble, but mostly we talk about the stuff that bothers them. We've been there, done that. So they listen to us. It's a gift when they start to share, especially about having to kill someone or seeing their buddies killed. You can't stuff it. You must talk about it, confront it. It's not going away. None of these new vets should have to endure the decades of nightmares we older vets did. The survivor guilt, traumatic memories. The helping cure works both ways. See, I couldn't live unless I tried to be part of the solution. It's what gives me the healing power of peace.
Well done. Well done. I love your story. Well done.
Thank you so
Very
much.
well.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go check out Graham Greene. Go read about him stuff.
Yep.
He tried to commit suicide. Survivor's remorse. Bad case of that. I know. Quite a deal. Quite a speech. What an honorable guy. Great actor. He's going to be well missed. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. All right, let's go back up here in comments. Dean says, wow, I went to boot camp on January 21st, 1998. Fascinating story. I thought you were talking about Geritol. I did too when Paul Harvey first thought about that. But it was ketchup. Yeah. What a amazing speech. It really was an amazing speech.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't know how many of you here knew that he was even a Marine. I didn't. I knew him from Canada. That's all. I didn't know that he was the dual citizen of the United States, and because he's part of the Native American tribe up in Canada also. So yeah, I did not. I mean, he's a citizen up there as well. So I did not know that about him, and that's a good piece of information to find out.
Yeah. Okay,
we covered the missing persons. We did the news and things, and now we're going to get into mysteries. Now today's mystery is kind of lighthearted. It's something near and dear to me. I practice it most of my life. I still do it occasionally. I don't do it as much anymore. I've been taking it up more. But it's called martial arts, and we're going to talk about the history of it, where it first came from. And there's kind of a discrepancy about martial arts. And then we're going to look at the 15 deadliest. So I'll think about all, the movie stars and some of these guys. And some of those guys are not fighters. Some of those guys are actors. They're great martial artists, but they're not fighters. Okay. Guys like me practice martial arts have been also fought. And there's a difference between like Bruce Lee. I'm going to piss a lot of people off when I say this. Bruce Lee was great in martial arts. He founded Jeet Kune Do, but he get his ass whipped in a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got somebody who's a trained fighter that knows that stuff. He's relentless. You punch him. I mean, I've been in a cage with guys. We punch each other 150 times in the face, and we don't stop going. So now, Bruce Lee's a great martial artist. Don't get me wrong. Him and Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was an actual fighter. He actually fought in competition. Okay, he's a 6-time world karate champion. So that being said, we're gonna get into this here. Again, if you don't want to hang around for it, appreciate it. Thank you all for tuning in. If you wanted to stay around, we've got some interesting things to discuss here. Probably stuff you didn't know.
Yeah.
But we're going to put up right now the history of martial arts, where it came from, what it was used for. Okay. The history of martial arts spans millennium, originating from the fundamental human needs for self-defense, hunting, and warfare, with early depictions of combat dating back to ancient Egypt, 3400 BCE. That right there threw me for a loop. I didn't realize around that long. Okay.
Right.
3400 BCE and Mesopotamia and 3000 BC. So there's a 400-year difference in there somewhere. Key developments occurred in China. Okay. Where the monks of the Shaolin Temple, this is where we all about 500 CE, okay, which all this BC, all this CE, all this crap is stupid. You ought to go back to, the regular titles. And Shaolin Temple integrated spiritual techniques into combat fighting, forming Kung Fu. Yes, Kung Fu was recognized as the original karate, but the truth is it was not the original. It was the first martial arts to have a name, Kung Fu. It advanced so much in 3,000 years that the very first one didn't have a name. If it did, we don't know what it was called. So they dubbed it karate. Karate is a blanket. It covers all the stuff. Martial arts is a blanket, covers all of it. So, but Kung Fu is a recognized form. It says Kung Fu, and in India was an ancient Kalaparte. Okay, don't even know if they studied that's around anymore. These early systems spread, influencing styles like Japanese jiu-jitsu and European arts such as wrestling and pancration. Pancration is still taught today. It's a tough-ass form of martial arts, and evolved and derived are areas of discipline practiced globally today. Okay, pancration is it's very good martial arts, but it's not. We're going to see here in a minute if it's on the top 15 deadliest. Remember that name, pancration. And we talked about ancient civilized. It come from ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, India. Some of the ones. India's got some of the most original knives too. Ancient Greece, used in Olympic Games, including boxing, wrestling, and pancration, a form of mixed martial arts. China, 4,000 years ago, techniques. You can see where it come from. Heavy. Okinawa. Mr. Miyagi, that's where he learned his Okinawa. Actually, fun fact: Mr. Miyagi didn't know no karate.
He didn't know any.
That's right. A lot of people don't know that. Mr. Miyagi, Pat Meridia, didn't know none. They run a double. He went and learned a lot. Okay, he paid for his own instructor to come in and teach him some of the old Korean style, so he could look authentic on film. And he had a good double, but he actually didn't know squat. But that being said, the Japanese martial arts styles are some of the things you heard today: jiu-jitsu, judo. Okay, I'm familiar with both those two styles. I studied both those styles. I studied 6 altogether. We'll get to that in a second. And judo later came from them. And judo was real big at counteracting wrestling, because wrestling, obviously was made to counteract jiu-jitsu, and wrestling kind of went together. Judo was to counteract both those two. Again, it was in Olympics. It's been Olympics a long time now. There are modern styles: Muay Thai, Taekwondo, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Goshen Jiu-Jitsu is what I've studied on that. Mixed martial arts, the modern sport of MMA, popularized by organization of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, UFC, brought to global attention to the diverse range and traditional and modern style techniques of fighting. Now, your military. Okay, we'll get out of this one here. I'll come back to the screen here and shut this off. Your military has adopted a lot of styles of martial arts. And they've changed over the years. Okay. When I was in the Marine Corps, we used what they call a line. We'll get to that. You'll see that name here in a minute. They changed it, went back to it, and changed it again. And so now I'm going to bring up to you. Let me get rid of this one here. Now we're going to discuss the world's 15th deadliest martial arts. Okay. I'll cite my source here in just a second where I got this from, so we can all see and all know that this came from Medium magazine. These were tested by a lot of great military men, fighting men, people that study it and know it. Okay, let me go back and make sure it's still on the screen. All right, now let's go through this. All right, the 15 deadliest martial arts. Number comes to 15, Kung Fu, the oldest style of martial arts. A lot of them move like a snake. It's very, very, very aggressive. Jackie Chan makes a great living doing Wing Chun and Kung Fu, a form of meditation and fighting at the same time. It's not a specific martial art per se, but a collection of martial art styles which generally feature cunning and quick spar-ending blows. Examples of Shaolin, Wing Chun, Kung Fu, and Tai Chi emulates the fighting styles of animals. That's what they look like, snakes and tigers and stuff when they fight. Okay. Number 14, karate. This is just basic karate. I studied this myself. I did freestyle karate and Kenpo. I did Kenpo. I don't know if it's going to be on this list or not, but those two styles of karate that have a karate name that I've studied. Karate is a quintessential Japanese martial art that uses all parts of the body for defense, including punching, kicking, elbows, throws, open hand, knife chops, knife strikes, knees, your feet, certain 3 points of your feet when you kick. Actually, there's 4 points. I learned later, but 3 points. It's very versatile, but it's kind of a non-specific style. It can adapt to anything. Number 13, traditional Taekwondo. We used to call this Hollywood karate. Okay. Some of the things I learned, this was ineffective against some things because you can expect a lot of kicks in this, and that's exactly what happened. But it's great. Hollywood loved it. Hollywood picked it up back in the day. You guys remember Billy Jack? Taekwondo is one of the things he studied, and Aikido and some other things. But Taekwondo is one of the things he studied, so you can do some kicks. It features the names that comes from the word Tai, which means to kick, Quan, which means to strike with the hand, and Do, which means to hit. The emphasis of Taekwondo is on kicking, just like I explained to you. As the longest and strongest limb, fighters realize that using the legs in combat give an edge over fighting styles that focus on more punching, grabbing, things like that. Also, kicking can get you with your distance. You can help keep your distance away from your opponent. Jiu-Jitsu is another one of mine. So we're at 3 so far. Jiu-Jitsu. This is a rugged tumble style. Very few overweight people participate in jiu-jitsu because it's like wrestling. You're on the ground, you're grappling. There's a lot of techniques involved. You're sweating. You practice this. This is a very well-rounded martial art. It features grappling and especially on the ground fighting, gain in dominant position, using joint locks and choking to force the opponent to surrender. Now, a lot of controversy between my son. My son is a wrestler. He's medaled in wrestling. I was a light champion, light heavyweight champion, and 3-time #1 contender, and heavyweight and super heavyweight contenders when I was in MMA. Him and I ever got in a fight. He'd want to wrestle. I'd want to use jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu would suck on the ground, especially like in a street fight. You got to roll around the pavement, and you got multiple people coming at you. That's not the one I recommend. I don't recommend wrestling either. Him and I, we came to an agreement on that. When you're on the ground, this is not what you want to use. Great one-on-one bar fight situation. Choke somebody real quick. Great. But also in a bar fight, you can get multiple people jumping into you. But like I said, grappling, using on the ground, fighting, gain dominant position, stuff like that. Number 11. Some of you have heard of this one. This is called Sambo. Sambo combat. Sambo combat is Russian type, European type fighting, okay, performed in a gi. It features martial arts, is unarmed self-defense, a combination of judo, kickboxing, Thai boxing, and regular boxing. The word Sambo is an abbreviation in Russian of self-defense without a weapon. Very effective, very effective. I studied this not very long. Got into it. I went into jiu-jitsu instead of this, but this was great. So I'm not going to say I studied this because I don't have it. Oh, when I say study, you got to have 6 months or longer to really get effect of it. This is great style. I know guys who studied this, well in shape, can toss you from any level. It's a great style. I recommend doing it. Number 10 is a fairly new one. MC MOP, Marine Corps Martial Arts Program. This replaced the line training. Eventually, in line training, we'll get into it here in a second. It's one of the most deadliest. Okay, this features combinations existing of new hand-to-hand and close-quarter combat techniques with moral of team-building functions and instructions in a warrior ethos, not unlike Sambo in some ways. Right, and they brought in MMA instructors to first teach this thing. The history of the Marine Corps Martial Arts Program is a combat style developed by the United States Marine Corps, a program which began in 2001, after I was already out. Trains Marines and U.S. Navy personnel attached to the Marine units, including SEALs, by the way. Units are teach them how to unarmed combat, edged weapons, knives, axes, tomahawks, things like that. Weapons of opportunity, straws, pencils, whatever, and rifle and bayonet techniques. A milder version of line, which is you're going to hear about in just a second, and it's very versatile. The reason they switched from line training is because you couldn't hardly practice it, because it's very deadly. We'll get to that in a second. Number 9, Muay Thai, kickboxing, Thai boxing, whatever. Huge overseas. huge overseas. It features arts of 8 limbs, elbows, knees, and counted under the limbs are used in combat to strike the opponent as hard as possible and overcome as quickly as possible. Strike hard, strike fast. Okay. My uncle had a saying. He said, "I'm gonna hit you 3 kinds of ways: hard, fast, continuously." He got that off a guy he knew studied Muay Thai. Okay. It came, like I say, it mixes Muay Thai and Thai boxing as a martial art created as a product of constant conflicts of the Thai people on the way from their homeland, Southeast China, to the area of present-day Thailand. Due to the consistent conflicts with people of Indochina, there was a need for martial arts that would be on the borders. You know, you can do that hand-to-hand, not smuggle weapons in. Work. Number 8, Salat, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. It's I've known people study this. This is wicked. This is a wicked martial arts. It's a combination of martial arts centered around causing pain. That's its only purpose, cause pain, which that's what fighting you're supposed to. It's what you want to do. It's characterized by quick attack in which it is very important to get close to the opponent quickly, break him in 10 seconds, and then knock him out, knock him unconscious with a strong blow to the face, throat, or kidney. No honor, no fame, just dirty punching, explosion of the weakness, exposing the weaknesses. Back of the neck. You see a lot of your movie stars, and they parry a guy sideways and they chop him in the back of the neck. That's a form of slightly hitting him in the spine, Achilles tendon, stuff like that, stuff that hurts that you don't think about. Of course, in the man region, all these things are not off limits. Eskrima sound like you're telling eskrima, but it's not eskrima. This is a weird style of martial arts. It's very effective. And all these now from 7 down are real dangerous. As traditional quick punches, grabs, hands, or the feet, disarming, and it can personalize people using sticks to inflict damage. This is a weapon style martial arts. Okay. It's some one of the national arts of the Philippines. There's 3 roughly interchangeable umbrella terms of traditional martial arts of the Philippines, which is emphasize weapons, base fighting with sticks, knives, bladed weapons, and various improvised weapons such as open hand techniques without weapons. It's some people misconstrue this as ninjutsu. This is not ninjutsu. It's a different one. Number 6, Bakam. Bakam, however you want to say it. I wouldn't use it. I think it's rated a little too high, personally. But I'm familiar with a lot of these martial arts, and that's what I did for many years. I studied them, enjoy them, watching them in my fights. It injures the opponent with a short span of time. It also involves the usage of hidden weapons and extreme punches. Is a combination of jiu-jitsu and street fighting techniques. Street fighting just means you can use anything. There's no such rules in street fight. It's very vicious. It really is. I think it's kind of ineffective against these other top 5, but that's why they got rated 6. Okay, now we're in the top 5 world's deadliest. All right, rough and tumble. It is a thing. This is real. It is a real martial art, and they're using a lot of jailhouses. It's characterized by objective of gouging out the opponent's eyes, but also including their brutality, disfiguring techniques, including biting. And people, you don't bite when you fight. Well, right here.
Yeah,
of course, biting. What's wrong with winning? When you fight, you want to win. You're not trying to fight to a draw. You want to win. Biting is a good technique, and typically work took place in order to settle disputes. Historically, fighting techniques come to be out of the desire to defend one's honor by gouging, arguably the least honorable way to fight. Principles, then none. History, rough and tumble, and this is like, I bet you they're going to use the word prisons because they use a lot of this in prisons. Rough and tumble or gouging, a form of fighting, a rule partition in the United States penitentiary, primarily in the 18th and 19th centuries, though it was never an organized sport. Okay. Participation was sometimes scheduled to these fights as one scheduled a duel, and victor was treated as local heroes. dirty fighting, extreme brutality, with no concern for the opponent's safety, and with the sole purpose to disable or kill opponents, and inedible and effective style. Rough and tumble. It is a thing. He's a lot in the prison yard and stuff he's at. All right. Valetudo. I don't know much about this. I had to look this up. I'm not even sure I pronounced it correctly. If I didn't, forgive me. But it's a weird style. It says unarmed, full contact combat sport with relatively few rules. So if it's got rules at all, it's a sport. Because in a regular fight, hand to hand, if me and Dean got in a fight, there's no rules. We're going to try to injure each other. That's what we're supposed to do. There ain't no rules. So what? Hell with your rules. Anyway, it's a wicked form of that. Some of your UFC, first UFC, wrote the Gracies and stuff, based a lot of this on this style. Anyway, it says unarmed full contact, no rules, heavy on striking, grappling. Translate, anything goes. Developed in Brazil. It's a Brazilian style. I knew the Brazilians would have good style. I bet the Israelis make the list too with their style. Anyway, developed in Brazil and streets over the past century, while Argentina invited the passion to Tongo, Brazil opted for the deadly Valetudo, now included in MMA. Here we go. Like I told you a while ago, their history. It can be considered a predecessor to the MMA. All right. Number 3, here's ninjutsu. A lot of people wondered about that. Ninjutsu. This form is deadly because you use a sword. You're going to cut somebody's ass up, okay, with this thing. He said different skills that include espionage, trickery, hiding in shadows, things like that, gathering information, plotting out what you're going to do, staking out, laying in somebody's front yard, observing them, navigating and surviving in nature, hiding and sneaking, camouflage, avoiding enemies, infiltrating, overcoming natural and artificial obstacles, fighting with bare hands, various weapons, and hand tools. Basically deadly. Okay. That's a Japanese martial arts, most likely appeared in the 13th century at the time of the appearance of the first shogunate. Maybe forgive me if I said that word wrong. Shogunate. Okay. Most likely created by renegade peasants to counter the increasing threats from the samurai class. Though sought safely in a momentous area of Ig and Kog, the central Japan islands, and Honshu. It has been perhaps, along with karate, the most visible form of martial arts in modern pop culture. Ninjutsu has featured in countless video games and movies. It is now iconic, but should not distract from the fact that it is really effective against an aggressor. Ninjutsu, guys. Number 2, this is my boy right here. I studied this one right here. This is when we were in the Marines. They quit this because you couldn't hardly practice this damn thing. Okay. Here we go. It's a universal style, meaning regardless of gender and size. Seeks to gain a dominant position over the opponent to close the distance while standing out of striking range, and finish him with grappling. We have a move called sweep and stomp, where you sweep them, take them on the ground, you bring the boot of your heel, or heel of your boot, and bring it down on the bridge of the nose. Boom, called a sweep and stomp. One of my favorite moves. I studied that real good. I used it a bunch of times. Principles is developed for real-world situations. Most combat situations occur in areas of times or low light conditions. Whistling, wearing full combat gear, and numerically inferior odds. You don't have to wear combat gear. You can use this in your pajamas. Okay. A line is a close quarters combat system derived from various martial arts used in the United States Marine Corps between 1989 and 1998. I was in from 91 to 95. And then they quit it. They came back to it again in 1997 through 1998 to 2007. And it was also for the U.S. Army Special Forces. And that. Officially, the name stands for Linear Involuntary Neutral Override. I tell my wife that all the time. She's sick of hearing about that style. Engagement. This, however, is a backroom coined during the project's inception. Real-world battleground fighting techniques designed to kill the opponent or the enemy on a battleground. It's very deadly. This is so deadly they stopped teaching because they couldn't practice it. Everything was a break and a snap. Everything was a snap and a break, and everything was a kill. Majority of their techniques were to kill you at the end of it, take you out, stop you, That's what they're trained to do. I loved it. I got good at it. There was no belts in the system, but I was the highest ranking at the time when I got out in this particular martial arts. Here's my other one. I studied this one here quite well too. Krav Maga is your number one. Krav Maga. Not necessarily the red, but just Krav Maga in general. Krav Maga is seriously deadly. Seriously, we're going to dive into this. It's an elevation of traditional Krav Maga with the red training method. Okay, it is a real combat system that prioritizes optimizing of natural reflexes, maximum stimulation, and physical and psychological skills through experiment with different contexts of threat and violence. Not threat and violence. It is a method that is used realistic defensive techniques without categorically based on an extreme situation is which there are no rules and judges. One of the Krav Maga's striking features is a dramatically laboratory mythology. Unlike rigid mythologies, we prioritize techniques that work in real context. Personal defense based on realism. Okay, if you're fighting, there's paper and a pencil around you. The pencil now becomes your dominant weapon. You kill someone with the pencil. If you're good enough to do with the paper, you can do it with that. Anything, paperclip, whatever. This stuff opens your mind up and teaches you how to be a perfect defending machine. Okay. It does realistic tests of what you teach. A history. Research experimental development, which created by Christian Wilmoth of France. The Israelis took this over. This is what the Israelis use. All Israeli soldiers are trained in Krav Maga. Anyways, developed Christian Wilmoth with more than 40 years of practice in martial arts and in combat sports. It is a result of several years of research, experimentation, and analysis in the search of adequate response to different types of aggression. Krav Maga research and development arises from the will of 4 experts in Krav Maga and combat sports, Christian Wilmoth and Fatima No Hernandez, Don Zudhar, and Jerome Lidnoy. Okay. Summary. The primary here is to explain how we prepare our students to become warriors capable of adapting. That's another thing. You got to be a chameleon in this style martial arts, and to the different evolutions of a street fight. All it is the deadliest form of street fighting with a few techniques involved. Okay. As you see on this here, where he places his hand, the guy with the weapon should have dominant position. That doesn't mean he does. In Krav Maga, if you know Krav Maga, you have dominant position. Okay. So today, that was a feature, guys, of martial arts, where it came from. Hope I didn't lose anybody. Kind of boring to some people. I understand that. I am fascinated with martial arts. Studied all my life. Studied 6 styles: karate, freestyle karate, kenpo, judo, jiu-jitsu, line, and Krav Maga. I studied 6 styles.
Those were the 2 that we used in our hand-to-hand combat bayonet training and all that was jiu-jitsu and judo. Combination of both those.
Yes.
And they both real work for a soldier who's going to be on the front line in hand-to-hand combat, because that's what those 2 basically teach, is how to survive in that type of an environment.
Absolutely. And one other thing, everything I was taught, I couldn't use in a cage. So when I went in a cage fight, I had to study different styles. That's where my judo and my jiu-jitsu came in. Okay. And freestyle karate. I was one of them guys. I was programmed. My first MMA fight, I was disqualified from. Okay, my very first loss I took, because I come out with an elbow, right? Tried to snap his arm and break it and take out the bridge of his nose. It was too damn violent. They said, "You can't be using that stuff in here. What are you doing?" Yeah, there's a fight to me. I'm going to win.
Well, so I'm out to win. Yeah,
I had to change my style of fighting, which I have a record of 15-5 was my record.
Yeah,
and I was a light heavyweight champion, and then I was a number 1 contender for heavyweight crown 3 different times, and I was even a number 1 contender for super heavyweight championship. So, but yeah, the Krav Maga, and a lot of people use it for exercise. Hey, listen, martial arts is a great form of exercise. It keeps your mind healthy. There are studies. I don't know if this is true. There is studies where it gets Alzheimer's. Of course, Alzheimer's, as we know, it's half time it's hereditary. A lot of time it goes to the proteins or lack of, or too much proteins in your brain. Yeah. But they do say activity helps. So if activity helps you with your heart and all that stuff, hey, great.
Yeah.
And look, take a look at Chuck Norris. He takes it serious. The man's 80 something, 88, 87, 88. He's still with, or 83, 84, somewhere. He was in his 80s. He's still with half the men on the planet.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So, and he studied, he invented his own style, Chukundo. So, the thing I didn't know about, and I studied a long time, I'm surprised I didn't, I knew Kung Fu was the oldest, but I didn't realize it was 3,400 years old.
No.
The initial concept of it.
I had no idea it'd been around that long.
And the fact they used it for hunting, I mean, you get out there and trying to fight a badger barehanded, you're a tough bastard. I ain't playing with you.
Right.
Fight a badger barehanded. I mean, but let me see. BJ says, my first cousin has a dojo in Flint, Michigan. Okay, excellent. I'm sure what style he teaches. I just know that they say Tang Su to each other all the time. It's called Tang Su Do, is what it is. It's also very formative. Tang Su Do is pretty good. Chuck Norris did Tang Su Do a lot. Movement. There's some stuff now. There's some martial arts that's not good. Kenpo karate, for example. Kenpo. If you ever heard of the movie star Jess Speakman, I studied Kenpo. Kenpo is a form of Chinese street fighting. It's effective for drunks and people like that want to run their pie hole, right? I studied it. It's okay. It's got some deadly punches in it, but it's not the most effective thing. No. But it's flashy and looks good. Okay, you got some great. You got Chuck Liddell. That was one of his main disciplines. MMA fighter, guy that looks great, but his martial arts sucks, and that's Steven Seagal. If Steven Seagal fought a real fighter, he would get his big old ass.
Oh, he would get stomped.
Okay? He's a Keto master, and he has got a black belt. He does practice, okay, but he's not a fighter. That's more of a showman, more of a stuff. Looks right on TV. Man, he's a bad man on TV. All them snapping breaks and all that stuff, right? So a lot of people have formed their own Jeet Kune Do by Bruce Lee. Means move like water. He was fluid. He could adapt to anything and go. But as you've seen, Jeet Kune Do did not make the 15th. Okay, world's most deadliest. We've all heard of one of those 15 styles. We've all heard what it's for, but now we know it's basic form of karate came 3,400 years ago. Martial arts didn't have a name until 3,000 years later. So about 400 years ago, it's called Kung Fu, and then it just advanced from there. Biggest name in Kung Fu that you've heard of would probably be Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
He also does drunken fu. That's just where you get drunk and do Kung Fu. It's no great. It's called drunken fu because they wobble. And they're fighting when they wobble. I guess we've all got a drunken food background. Okay, I got a drunken food background as well. But I don't know how effective it was because sometimes when I'm drunk, I don't remember. They say I won. Okay, great, I won. But so I
wake back up in the barracks and wonder how you got there.
Hey, I'll tell you what, though, I got Eric one time. We was overseas, we went over in Japan. Great place to visit, really is. Great, cool, great, good people. But me and my friend got in this bar fight, right? And we were cleaning the house. Again, of course, I had a jiu-jitsu, judo background and line. I was excellent line and stuff like that, problem girl. And so I was cleaning the house and using freestyle karate. This little Japanese MP came up to me. He would be the equivalent to the chief of police. Okay. He didn't have a gun. I said, what are you going to do, you little bitty runt? And he spoke English. He said, listen, Marine, I don't want to hurt you. Get out of here. I'm 6 foot tall. What are you? On boxes? What are you, 5 foot on boxes? Shut your pie hole. You ain't gonna do nothing. We're going back. He goes, if you do not cooperate, I am going to put you in a special move they call the pretzel. I'm like, well, pretzel, this guy's crazy. I tried to shove by him. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
This little dude put me over his shoulder. I was 205 pounds in the Marine Corps at this particular time. Okay, he put me over his shoulder, one leg one way, one arm went another way, crisscrossed them to have my head tucked down, and walked my ass 3 blocks to the jailhouse. Okay, called the ship for me, didn't get me in any trouble, gave me an alibi. Okay, so I wouldn't get in trouble with the boat. I spent the night in jail. Next day, when I straightened my ass up and come to focus, okay, I asked him what it was. He goes, "That move's called the pretzel."
Pretzel.
And I learned how to do that move.
There you go.
And I shut my mouth because I thought I knew everything there was until I was put in a pretzel. So a fat guy got his butt whipped by a food group. Ain't that just
That's
that's
just, yeah.
irony? That is
That's
irony.
bad. Yeah.
But of course, they knew on ship my ass was in trouble, but there was no charges pressed or anything like that. I had to take a day off from drinking, which didn't hurt me to do that anyway. But anyway, so guys, that's the show. Thank you all tuning in. Rest in peace, Graham Greene. You guys, what a great actor. He's gonna be missed. Now I'm gonna have to watch Dancing with Wolves again and Thunderheart. I hadn't seen Thunderheart in a long time. I'll probably go watch it. A shout out to PNC Construction, PNC Concrete. All your construction needs, look them up online. We got all the local people. We got a veterans breakfast again at the Passion of the Christ Church coming up on September 11th. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to have some type of remembrance. Probably, I don't know. I haven't been able to get a hold of anybody to tell me. Everybody was telling me it's a surprise. You guys just need to come. We're going to surprise you guys. Might be a video tribute. I don't have any idea. All I know is a free breakfast, and free breakfasts are good.
Yeah, that's right. The price is right.
Price is excellent.
The price is excellent. You can't
fellowship. Commander and I got some friends up here we see when we go up there. Good people. I've met some friends up there. I met the guy with the Silent Zoo. That's where I got his information at. Somebody brought in. That matter of fact, you and I were at that same breakfast when that information came in.
Yeah, we were when he was there.
And then the ladies that put it on up there are great people. Last week they featured a quilt. If you're a veteran in the military, next week I'm gonna give you an internet log on where you can go on there, and you are entitled to a free quilt made to you. You have to get your name on the list. They will make you a quilt. I'll have all the information next week. I'm going to cat out of the bag. Next week, a free quilt can be given to you free of charge. They will make these for you. You have to go online and fill out branch of service when you're in, things like that. Okay. And they will, I don't know how they vet you for sure, but I know they do vet you a little bit. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to take advantage of it myself, although I don't want to tie up a line for somebody else, that wants one, but I will. I'll put my name on the list. If they get to me, no, I won't hound them about it. Won't even care. But guys, do that. If you're a quilt person, I know here in Hamilton, Missouri, we're based out of, oh my God, it's like the quilt capital of America. Holy crap.
I know, it's great. I know I was presented a few years ago with a quilt of valor.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Yep.
Yeah, the kids in our co-op, they worked on it for like 3 semesters, and that's about 30 weeks. So they got about 30 hours in it. And then, unbeknownst to me, they presented it to me at closing ceremonies. And it's a very humbling experience when you don't, and it was all monogrammed in there, everything. I got it hanging in my office up at the Patio Homes. You have to come up and check it out sometime, or I'll take a picture of it and send it to you.
Yeah, take a picture. We'll feature it on air.
Okay.
We'll do that. Guys, that's our show tonight. Commander, you want to give us a closing, please?
Yes, I'll give you a closing. Listen, come out and see Richie and them there on September 13th over there at Jigs and Gigs. It's a great, I know it'll be a great show. I'm going to try and make it. Listen, come on out this Saturday. Get out there and do the walk out of darkness. I mean, it's great. I mean, we've got a lot of good things that are going on out there at the Goodwin Field, there at the football field. Listen, you're valuable. You're important. If you're trailing through that dark place, you walked it today. Keep on walking it. Walk yourself till you get out of that dark place. Call somebody. Talk to them. They'll listen to you. I mean, you are valuable. You're worth something. You made it today. You can make it tomorrow. It takes a strong person to ask for help. So if you find yourself fighting the demons in that dark place, ask for help. It'll be there. I guarantee you.
I don't know what else to tell you. You've heard Graham Greene talk about his struggles.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't commit suicide. I'm glad when, people don't commit suicide unless you're child molester. I don't care about that. You can do whatever you got to do.
Don't matter. Yeah.
But we got good people. And I know things seem like they're out of control. If you're feeling that way, one suggestion makes you turn off the damn news.
Yeah.
Turn that shit off. Because you can watch 3 different news channels and be just as confused as it was for you turned it on. Okay. I try to watch it for the sports and the weather.
Yeah.
That's about all I care about. Sports and
That's
weather.
it.
And some maybe some local person needing a reward or something, award. Other than that, I could give 2 shits about the news. It's all bullshit anyway. So turn that news off. Get outside. Some people, I've heard countless people tell me now, it's coming up on their time of year. People love fall. They're tired of the hot weather. It's in the 60s and 70s. You can get out and do a lot of things in the 60s and 70s, not break a sweat. Here it comes. If you're a fall person, this is your time.
This is it.
This is it. My goodness. This is the time. I wait kind of to September, kind of October. I get out and cut a lot of wood. I want to make sure the rattlesnakes ain't, because we got a lot of rattlesnakes everywhere I live. You've been to my house.
You're part of the country.
Yeah, food out and chickens breed each other. Okay. I got a lot of snakes. But get out and get that wood cut or whatever you want to do. Walk, look at the colors of the trees, the colors of the leaves, man. What a great time. Fall is beautiful. I like spring and fall myself. Summer just a little hot for my fat ass. I don't like being that hot, but I tolerate it. But fall, great. It's a great time of year. Deer season's coming. Those are your deer hunters. You got bow season coming. My son done brought his bow out. He got our accurate, his crossbow. I'm fixing to get mine and switch the scope around on my other one you see hanging over here. I'm getting rid of that and put another one up there for hunting. I got to get my rifle sight and make sure my rifle's still on. A lot of things going. I set my trail cameras out today. So next week for the show, hopefully I have some good pictures and bucks I'll bring on here. Right now, we're tracking a couple big ones, a couple big boys around here. So got a lot of things going. We put food out for them, and you guys have been a great show. Nice having you guys around. Dean started to say, I haven't watched the news in years. Oh, that's why you're an educated man, son. That's why you got less stress. You're a good dude. Also, I know you quit drinking there for a while. You got your shit together, Dean Cerny, and everybody should be proud of you, man.
Yeah, we're proud of you, man.
Absolutely, man. You got a big hand of us. You're not worthless. You have value, guys. Until we meet again, Donut Dog Ahoy. That's how you say it in Cherokee. Donut Dog Ahoy. Ahoy. Take care of yourselves and each other. We'll see you guys next week. I should have some cool pictures of the walk of darkness. I might try to take my camera, maybe get a live interview with my phone or something from somebody there. I'll try to talk to Tristan and Crystal about the event. If you're local, come down and support this, guys. They got food truck down there. You don't even have to walk if you don't want to. I was told that I was going to be a speaker. I don't even have to walk last week on the show. So that's where we're going to be at. That's going to be fun. We're going to get after it. Show coming up September 13th. Come out. It's a free show, guys. There's no reason you can't see your boy perform out there. You're going to laugh. Richard Montano's going to be there. Roy Anthony is going to be there.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
MC James Riley, weed joke extraordinaire. He comes up on stage with the papers. Looks like he's disheveled, like he don't know what he's doing. Trust me, he knows what he's doing. It's part of his schmeal. He's looking at papers, trying to figure out jokes. It's hilarious the way he does it. Don't miss out, guys. Holidays are coming. Some of your good ones. Glad y'all survived Labor Day. Now we got to gear up. I got my daughter's birthday. Shout out to her yesterday. I got a daughter who got a little older. And now I got a son, birthday's coming this month, and then here comes Columbus Day. Here comes Halloween. Then you got Thanksgiving. Then you got Christmas. Before you long, it's a new year.
It's a new year, and we're starting all over again.
Football,
football, baby. Football
starts tomorrow night.
Friday. Yeah,
tomorrow night.
There you go.
I believe it's the Ravens and the Eagles play tomorrow night.
Ravens and Eagles play tomorrow night.
Friday, you got the Chiefs and you got Chargers in Brazil playing.
Yes, they're playing in Brazil.
Yes. And then I don't know if there's a game on Saturday, but I know Sunday you got your full smorgasbord on Sundays again. Hey, sports church is open, man. You pray at the altar, and I'm gonna be sacrilegious, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a good time of year, guys. A good time of year. Baseball is going to be wrapping up. You're going to have your World Series coming up.
Royals need to suck it up and stay going, or they won't be in it.
Yep. So we got local teams we're battling with. A NASCAR, I guess is getting in their playoff run. That's what somebody told me. They got their brackets set now. So I got a lot of things coming, guys. Stay true to each other. Love one another. I'm Richie King, Bad Man of Comedy. On behalf of my friend Commander, people at the American Legion homes, the VFWs around, we say thank you all. Support your veterans. Support each other. Get rid of the suicide. 22 a day sucks. 45 a day is even worse. I hate to even say that number. Take care of yourselves. You have a good time.
Okay.
See you next